Hello, Blake Mackey here once again. It's been a while since I spoke to everyone on this channel. Appreciate the followers that I have. If you are not a follower, please click the subscribe button below. Any follower I get gives me the motivation to continue. Thank you. So, today's topic is on today's topic will be on microaggressions in corporate America. Microaggressions toward you in corporate America. And I'm going to go ahead and say it, toward minorities, primarily black people, because all the other races seem to be able to adjust to these microaggressions and sometimes are the doers, the culprit of the microaggressions, of the harsh treatment toward black people in these organizations, as they are minorities themselves. So this channel hasn't been historically rooted in race. However, in 2022, I think it's time that we let the cat out the bag and start speaking about the obvious stuff that's going on in corporate America in the United States. Corporate America, business, education, whatever organization you're a part of, you will experience these issues. And the purpose of me talking about this is not to fix everything, because I can't. I'm just one person, but I just wanted to shine light on it to let people understand that you are not wrong for feeling unwelcome. You are not wrong for feeling slighted. You are not wrong for feeling disrespected, because it's true. Microaggressions are happening, and it's a way of life, it's a culture. I may have said before that racism speaks the language of fear, and that is the language we must avoid. Fear. We can't be afraid to be slighted. We can't be afraid of these people that blatantly overstep the boundaries and disrespect you because they want to feel powerful. They want to feel superior. Without the illusion of you feeling inferior, there is no superior. So it's real. How am I offering any advice on how to help this? How to overcome microaggressions in corporate America? First of all, you have to analyze it and understand that it's real. Secondly, you have to step outside of the fear and get in your own world. That's a tip. One tip is to get into your own world when you are at work, when you are going to the store, when you are purchasing your items, when you're in the checkout line, when you're ordering a burrito at Qdoba. Get in your own world. Don't be so caught up on how this person is going to treat you. Oftentimes, these microaggressions are like plagues in the office. Somebody comes in and disrespects the person loudly, and the dominoes fall. Everybody else follows suit. That's how it's going around here. We can disrespect this minority, this person, because we're powerful. And you know what? It's nonverbal. So, you know what? We didn't do anything wrong. But the system is built on it. The powerful system is built on it. Hell, it got a whole president elected. People voted for Trump because they like white power, period. And the illusion has been going on since 1492, probably before then. I'm just saying that example because everybody knows of Columbus and the slave trade, how it began. But I wanted to give you guys some tips on how to overcome microaggressions and racism in corporate America. So, one tip is get in your own world. Go into that mindset, go into the situation with a mindset that you are happy, keep your spirits high, keep your energies high, and avoid those situations also. Some some corporate offices and cultures will never change. If you walk into an establishment and they treat you like dog shit, don't ever go back. Spend your money elsewhere. If you are a worker for that office, you got to fight. You have to fight for your peace, your respect, your dignity, and fight back. Don't let these people walk over you. Don't let these people make you feel less than. Don't let them. Don't let them make you feel like you are less than because they don't know you from the man in the moon usually. And the truth be told, if they are actually treating you like you are less than, they are a fool because they don't know you from the man in the moon usually. If you're store shopping and the receptionist checks your ID or whoever checks your ID, and instead of handing it back to you, they flick it at you. They toss it at you. You know, these nonverbal microaggressions are things that you will face every day, despite how good of a person you are, how kind you are. So it's time we analyze these situations, take the power back, and overcome them. Use timing. Timing is your friend. God's time is now. We should not sit around and worry about these haters. We should not even give them another chance to live in our mind because chances are these are learned traits and they're just doing it based off of pure DNA, pure learned past energies that have driven this world to the point of where we are in America with injustice and everything else. So we can't give these people power as individuals because they aren't powerful. They are an individual with a one track mind like the rest of the haters who speak the same language as fear. So keep your spirits high at all times, guard your mind, understand that when you walk into this situation, they might treat you like this. If they treat you bad, you understand it, you are ready for it, and lay their ass out with the sword of truth. Don't sit and wait for something injustice to happen and for you to be disrespected. Understand that these people are going to try everything in their power to make you wait till the last dying second, to make you feel unwelcome until they say, "Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't even see you there. I didn't mean it." Then they come back and cower back. But it's not about the small thing. You there for a reason. Just don't be there to live off of how they perceive you. You are there for a reason, not the reason that they want you to be there for. Not to fuel their ego, not to power trip and front you off in front of everybody. You know, you're there to make your purchase, you're there to do your job, you're there to get paid, you're there to accomplish your task. So while you're accomplishing that task, have your energies high, off of fear, not in fear. They say 10% of life is what happens to you. 90% is how we react to it. Kanye West said that, and it struck a chord. So if 10% of life is what happens to you and 90% how you react to it, don't let them steal your pride, steal your joy. Not over a dollar, not over an ID, not over a blink of the eye. These microaggressions can happen with the twinkling of an eye, a roll of an eye, a flick of the wrist. These nonverbal things happen all the time. That's why I think everything is so, and sometimes these people can be operating unconsciously. They don't even know they're doing it because it's in their DNA. So don't take it so personal, because fear is the language of racism. So don't be afraid. If you show them you're not afraid, and you keep your conscience clean and your energy's high, and you don't let that negative opinion rub off on you, and you move on to the next person might not be able to recognize your fear, and they'll treat you like a human being. I've seen that happen. I'll be in a store, a racist store with a racist culture, and you go through the checkout guy might treat you like crap, flicks the receipt at you. You you look at him, and maybe you snatch it back a little bit harder. Maybe you smile harder at the next person and say, have a great evening. This is combating their bullshit energy. Their energy is toxic and they should be fired. It's like a crooked cop who has a bunch of complaints on police brutality on him and he remains in the job. Well, these people are the same at the checkout counter. They might treat every black person like crap that comes through there and get away with it for years. That's just the way this system is set up, unfortunately. They might get rewarded for that their whole lives. That's why they keep doing it. And the power structure is what it is. It's racist, and that's just the way it goes. So we're going to have to combat it until it is completely uprooted, and until they can treat you like respectful citizens of the United States of America, or anywhere else in America, or in the world, I mean. Because racism is a world problem, not just an American problem, but it is the worst here. So anyway, despite all the microaggressions, black men, keep your positivity high. They want to tear you down. Be positive. Don't let them negative haters rub off on you, because then you're going to be just mad at the system of oppression of that is not stopping for you, not stopping for anybody. So, with that being said, keep your energies high at all times. Understand that you're going to face it. Don't let them get you down. I have a story for you about a time I was in Home Depot in Aurora, Colorado. I got crowded by two men as we were in COVID, and they had the 6 feet of distance, spaces, standing in front of the self checkout, and I was standing on one, and the guy walked right in front of me. Him and his friend. He might have been, I don't know, if they were a couple or not, but they crowded me. Two white men, and I kind of let it slide because it could have been an accident, whatever. Could have been, but they didn't even say, "Hey, were you here?" They didn't check. They didn't do anything. They looked at me funny, and that was the code. Oh, that's the code. Hate. We ain't messing with you. Get out of here. We're better than you. And this happens so often. I know it makes you want to go rip someone's face off sometimes when they do it, but don't do it. Just how I handled this situation. I mumbled something under my breath. Oh wow, both of you gonna crowd me. Okay, go ahead. After that situation, I'm standing there, and literally another woman comes to crowd me 2 seconds after, 30 seconds after these guys just did. She stepped in front of me, and I said, "Excuse me, ma'am, I'm in line." And she said, "No, you're not. You're standing over there. I say, yeah, look at the ground. These are the 6 feet social distancing um, marks that they put out for us. You should be behind me. There's one behind me, you see. No, you aren't. You're not in line. So then they proceed to go in line before me. But the audacity is they started to give each other the right of way. You want to go in front? You want to go in front? They started requesting that the person that they were basically not offering me to go in front, but they were offering each other. So no, you want to go? No, you want to go. So very cowardly, none of them wanted to go first. So I took it into my hands and walked in front of both of them and said, you know what? All three of you should be ashamed of yourself. You guys, all three know I was here before you. And this is just the culture of the microaggressions that we face. That woman didn't even know I was just crowded by two other white men. She must have just felt it. She must have just felt my anger. It's like the DNA in her spidey senses started tingling. I'm gonna crowd this black guy. I'm gonna get in his way. But they all were on the same page. Is my question? Is my thought? Is my observation? They were on the same page of oppression, of aggression, of disrespect. That they both would just blindly crowd me based off of one thing and one thing alone: my brown pigmentation. That's the only thing I could figure it out was maybe it was an accident. But if it was an accident, most humble, kind people would say, "Oh, I didn't see you there. Come in front." So my point is, these things happen. How I handled it, I walked in front of both of them, and then I just said, you know what, you guys should both be ashamed of yourself. And I walked to the self checkout. The white woman then approached me aggressively. I'll call her AKA Karen. She stood right behind me and touched her chest against my back. As soon as she did that, it could have been a problem. 6'3" black man, 5'5" 50-year-old Karen approaching me in an aggressive manner. Thank God the clerk said, "Hey, woman, we got another checkout open." So she then left. I then checked out first. On my way out, I said to all three of them, the first will be last and the last will be first. Silence. I left, got in my car, got in the parking lot, gassed up the engine. Since I was first, I was not upset about the situation. So I win. I left first. I drove out first, and guess what? As I drove off, they saw me driving off in my brand new car, bumping whatever the hell I was bumping as loudly and obnoxiously as possible. Because don't try me. Don't try me. So anyway, we're fighting here for respect. We're fighting here for dignity because they will try to suck it out of you. Suck it out of you. And imagine working at those establishments. Imagine who gets the better shifts. Imagine who gets hired, who gets fired, who gets watched, who gets the roles of, you get to carry the walkie-talkie. You get to be the assistant manager role this month. Oh, you got promoted to the next store. Guess who stays and guess who goes in these offices? It's historically that they keep the white and fire the black. That's just how it goes. But we have to understand what we're up against when we're dealing with these microaggressions. And it's all resorted from the smallest thing up into the biggest event, like um, them lynching black people, or the population of the inmates in prison are black, negative stereotypes on TV. Everything is a result to feed off of the negative this outcome of the brown. So another way to keep your energies high, outsmart them, be patient, don't overstep the gun, because a lot of people will try to make it seem like they're doing something racist when they're actually just doing their job. What they'll do, they will hand you your change, or they'll whisper the total Instead of speaking clearly, they'll be fine, and then they'll be like, oh, 95-44, and they'll just whisper it just low enough to get on your nerves, or just low enough to show you that they're not giving a fuck about what you think. Or I don't know what they do. It's like a passive aggressive thing. Like, I've heard people just whisper my order. They'd say everybody else's name fine. Susie, James, Blake. Was that my order? Then they look at you crazy. And it's just so stupid. Like, these microaggressions are just so annoying. But the point is, what you have to do is put yourself in a different situation, put yourself in a different mindset, not analyze what they're doing. You came and got your order. So leave with that same high energy. Don't let them leave with you. And these things, they're like, it's like when they see you, it's like, oh, ooh, here we go. Here's another one. Round two. And they do that subconsciously every time they see somebody of color. Like, you never meet these people in your life. But when you walk into the store, it's like, oh, all right, it's on, guys. Let's see if we can get to him. And it's nonverbal. But to tell you the truth, if y'all keep it up, you will be exposed, because your coworkers hate it too. Your coworkers hate the fact that this place is full of shit, and they hate the fact that you guys treat people like shit. Get exposed. Keep it up. Or keep on trying every person that you see of color, and then one day you get slapped in the face with a liter of Coke. That's for my hood people out there. Don't never resort to violence. Check out my book, You Are Welcome, Mindsets for Longevity in Corporate America. This will help you get through the day-to-day struggle of these microaggressions. Click the link in the bio. Everybody who is entering the workplace needs to read this, because you're in for it. Yes. So what we do is stop being so sensitive to hate. Hate is fear, no fear. Keep your energy high, grow higher, vibrate higher, because the currency is you. Stand in truth, because it's true. Just because they see you doesn't mean you are defined by their beliefs in you. I'll say that again. Just because they see you does not mean you are defined by their belief in you. We got to know we are in the kingdom of God, and their hate does not fly around here. Our kingdom is huge. Our ceilings are high. They cannot even take anything that you have for you in the new world from you. They can't. So once you realize what it is you are and possess, you can finally forget about the stupid, petty, I'm black, you're white, you're not welcome here. They are. Because this is God's world, God's kingdom. You are welcome. So, the opinions of others will not pay your bills. Stop letting their limited opinions affect your beliefs and actions. If they think you aren't welcome, they're lost. They're lost. Cultivate happiness. Keep that same energy. Keep up the self-encouragement by the thought, by the moment. And we just have to be patient, outsmart them. Don't let them crowd you in line. If somebody crowds you in line and they're trying to get on the same page as the clerk in front of you, and the clerk in front of you sees them crowd you, before that racist moment happens where they help them before you, no, call out the person who crowded you. Say, excuse me, there's a line. There's a line. Can you get behind me? There's a line. Because if you're patient and you're just upset about the audacity of the situation and you're going to wait to speak up, you're going to hope that the person at the counter saw that they crowded you and you're not going to say anything. Oh, you're going to experience racism. No, cut it off. Say, hey, brother, get behind me. Get what's this? And make sure everybody in the establishment heard you, because once you speak the truth, they have no other option. So cut that shit off, nip it in the whatever, cut up, root that shit on site with a positive, happy attitude, and leave with your energies high and go on to your next situation in happiness, in peace. We cannot walk around here upset. We cannot walk around here looking for it. Of course, the cop is racist. Of course, they are. They're going to pull you over. Of course, they're not going to give you a break. Of course, you're not. But the point is, keep your energies high. Move through this world. Don't let them get you down. Don't let the look of the rabid dog who's staring at you from across the room because they see your blackness. Don't let them frazzle your core. Don't let a stupid joke that they make to try to disrespect you even phase you. They'll do anything just to be silly and disrespectful. I was at Costco yesterday and the guy said, I was looking at socks, and the guy walks up and grabs a pair of the socks I was looking at, him and his daughter. And he said, I love socks. Guess what, man? I got on some right now. And he reached down and he touched his sock. He showed me he had on socks. And this guy just looked evil. And it was like, I just laughed it off. I said, ha ha ha. You can never have too many socks, man. So he made a joke. But these people will try to be saying something so ignorant just to try to show you that you're stupid. They'll say something that dumb. I love socks. I got on some right now. See? Like, I'm a grown man. Don't talk to me like I'm some type of little kid. You know, it's just blatant microaggressive uh, attacks that they try to get you to think on their level, and it's coming from everybody. So if you're in a racist organization, hold your breath, put your blinders on, and get through and get out, and check them while you can. Check them if you have to. Check them at the motherfucking gate, because we don't play. We don't play. It's all about respect, and it's not even about black or white, because these assholes will treat white people like this too. So we're all suffering. But who's suffering the most? Yes, we all know who's suffering the most. So you cannot change the weather of how someone speaks to you or the traffic, but you can control your reaction and you can control your emotions. Always remind yourself with self-talk. You're happy, you're positive, and go on and get about your business, because they're trying to bring you down. They're trying to make you feel like some type of way, and it's sick because some of these people are working minimum wage. If you're a minimum wage worker and you're racist, you're still working minimum wage. You're no higher than nobody. Climb out of your negative hole. Grow up. Grow up, people. What do you guys think this is? Well, we know what you think this is. So, yes, protecting your energy is not a crime. Disrespect isn't worth your anger. Smile. Choose higher, calm. Choose higher, claim happiness. Put the past in the past. Forever look up and forward. They applaud your demise. And so what? You are not in demise. You are a winner. You're winning. You are achieving, and you will be victorious. Stop being sensitive to hate. Hate is fear. Have no fear. Never let their hate bring down your awesomeness, your currency, is you. You are the currency. So keep your energies high. Your energies are your currency. Despite their hate, the ones hating you are beneath you. That's why they hate you. That's why they hate. That's why they want to bring you down, because they're beneath you. When they see you, they see that you have it all. They see that you're glowing, you're happy, you're strength, you're prideful, and they want to bring you down. The ones hating you are beneath you. That's why they hate. It's hard, but you are not alone in this endless battle. They will always hate, so smile. They will always hate. And you know what? There are so many injustices bigger than microaggressions. So we have to understand that these little small fries, these little small potatoes, the student in your class, even the people beneath you will try to put you on a level of inferiority based off of the bullshit training that they have been raised with. But you know what? The big injustices happen as well. Injustice is terrible when you are the one being lynched publicly. Injustice is horrible when you're the one that's getting treated terribly, when you're the one getting fired without a cause. Injustice is so constant, it's not a special situation just for you. And understanding that helps you a little bit to understand that you have to keep going. Injustice sucks when you are being lynched publicly. I'll say it again. Injustice is constant, not a special situation just for you. Understanding this helps a bit. It won't stop. They made you out to be public enemy number one, and you never touched a gun. Besides, it's only the great ones that are actually persecuted. You can handle it. God put you here on this earth to push through, to face and prevail against injustice. So that's all I had to say today. Keep your energies high. Keep your sword of truth. If someone's foot is on your neck, they should not have a foot tomorrow. Use the sword of truth. Blake Mackey, Corporate Liberation. I hope this video helps you get through the day, because you are a soldier of God and you have to continue to fight and push through, protect and earn and love and protect your family, because your kids are going to be facing it when they're older as well. So you're the warriors. You're the warriors on the front lines. Until the bombs in Ukraine and Russia start flying, we're fighting here every day for peace, love, and respect. Stay safe, stay peaceful. Check out my new book, You Are Welcome, Mindsets for Longevity in Corporate America. Thank you for listening. I'm a realtor in Nevada, California, and Colorado. Check out the links. I'm a photographer